Hey everybody, I'm John Harris and this is Info Products, coming to you live from our digital studio. Look, a question I get asked all the time is, what should I call my product? Or how do I create a title for my product? You know, a lot of people make a mistake. And let's understand this, when it comes to selling your product, one of the most important things is the title. It needs to really give you the result in advance. That's a great title. It's very important. You don't want something too long and you don't want something too short. It should be as short as possible but long as necessary. So I'm going to go into a couple of things that might help you figure out what title you could use for your product. Remember, what you call it is very important, and the packaging is very important. So whether it's online, digitally, or in a physical product, very important, the packaging and the title. A lot of times online, people perceive it as being a lot cheaper, which it is, because there's no distribution costs and less manufacturing costs. And that is why we add a lot of bonuses. And in the bonuses, we create a great image, a mock-up. Very important to have a mock-up that shows you, starts to add the value, the perceived value to your possible prospects, your potential clients. You have 8 seconds or less nowadays, I believe. There's so much information inundating people. There's so much advertising. So you have a very short space of time to catch somebody's attention, to get some intrigue, for them to take a further look and to go deeper with regards to what it is that you're offering. So here's a 10-step process that you can think about with regard to naming your product. Understand that perfection loses. You can sit on and go on a title and on and on and on, and it's not going to help you. The best way is to get a lot of ideas. Name 100, get a list of 100. Put down a whole lot of names, different names that you think may be relevant, and something that would attract your people or your potential customers, potential clients to buying, to going further with you. You need to get feedback. You need to put it out to a group, to friends, family, but to preferably a fairly large size group where you can do a survey and ask people to come back to you with what they perceive as to be the best colors, the best product title, the best covers, things that they say would get them to buy your product. Big difference in saying whether they like it or whether they would buy it. Please keep that in mind. So you can go through and look at places that give you these ideas, a starting place. You can go to a bookshop and look at some of the book titles. You'll see where there are how to think and grow rich, or how to names, or some of the other titles in books that you might be able to apply to your product. You've got acronyms and synonyms, you've got various ways of iterating a title. You need to look at a bookstore, look at the section you're in, and then say, okay, if I was to have my product in a section, where would it fit into the bookshop, a physical bookshop, and what could the title be? You can obviously go to Amazon and look on Amazon at the various titles specifically in your segment. You can also go to ClickBank and look at other products that are out there and in your segment, and then say, okay, this is something that I could change up a little bit and I could utilize that with regard to my own product. The other idea would be to look and make sure that you've got a name that isn't already been in use. So you need to go to GoDaddy and various platforms to make sure that if you're going to use the .com version of your title is not already in use. On Amazon, you'll also see, very useful to go on there, you'll see a lot of books that have the similar title. You need to have something that's slightly different. So do that research up front. Go and look at that and make sure that's not already in use. There is naming software out there. You can go and look. Obviously, there's a cost to some of this. There's some that you will maybe get for free, that you can look at various softwares, product naming software. And look at some of the great other products on other platforms. Udemy, for example, other than ClickBank. You can look at some of the products that are being sold, and some of that are fairly successful, and something that you can frame your name around. And as I say, it's very important that naming, your colors, your branding, your packaging, very important. Because unfortunately, when you go to a bookstore and you look at a segment, something that catches your idea, catches your mind, catches your eyesight, it's something of intrigue. You don't know what's in the book yet, am I right? So you're looking there and you're saying, okay, this is something that interests me, what is it about? And that is what your product has got to do as well. So when it comes to selling of your product, very important to have a name that people can associate with something that's intriguing and will make them go further with you, and having had feedback from a group, from online surveys, from physical groups, networking that you go to, get people to give you their feedback. Very important. This is a little bit on your product title, and start now. Write down 50 to 100 titles and the subtitle. And remember, when you do your book, you're going to need something on the back of the cover as well. But start on the front, get your main header and your subheader, and start to think about that. And it's a great exercise, very important exercise. Hope this has been of value, and as usual, please remember to like and follow and subscribe and so forth, and we will see you in the next episode. Again, I'm John Harris, and thanks for watching the video. Please, if you enjoyed it, if you liked it, just click the like button. If you haven't already, subscribe, and perhaps go and look at the other videos if you haven't already seen them. And I will see you in the next episode.